Make sure that you set up your direct deposit. Make sure that they see that you are invested in them. Because trust me, and that's with any institution, if you are invested in them, they're going to invest in you. That's
where you was talking about to stop making these 5 credit mistakes with Navy Federal. What are those 5 mistakes?
So a lot of people, one of the first things they do when they become a member in Navy Federal is they go and apply for credit cards. They go crazy. They apply for the loans. Yeah. Remember, Navy Federal, number one thing is they're relationship based. Okay. Even if you have a top tier credit, I would tell you to at least wait 3 months. And if your credit is not top tier, I would tell you to at least wait 6 months. Build that relationship. Start applying for those things that basically can build your internal score and they can see that you're responsible. Upgrade from a regular checking account to a flagship card. Start getting their CDs. Start showing them that you are responsible. And after 90 days, you can also apply for OOPS, which is an overdraft protection. And that's what I would tell you. I would tell you first, make sure that you set up your direct deposit. Make sure that they see that you are invested in them. Because trust me, and that's with any institution, if you are invested in them, they're going to invest in you. That's 100%. So, always think of that, guys. And if Navy Federal is not your number one bank, I would make it at least for the time that you want to apply for those, credit cards, or you want to get a loan, or a personal loan, a car loan, anything you want to go, even their home improvement loans, which is amazing because they don't put a lien in your house. I will tell you first, build that relationship, because you're going to get more. Like I said, even if your credit is strong, you might get, maybe instead of a $10,000 card, you might get that $40,000 credit card right off the bat. So I would tell you, take your time. Remember, we're not playing checkers, we're playing chess. We have to study the opponent before we do the move and before we go in for it.
Are there any other mistakes that people should avoid with Navy Federal?
So there's several mistakes. One of the things I'm going to tell you is once you're a member, never share your access code with somebody that's really going to commit fraud, or they're going to get their credit shut down or anything like that, because that's going to bite you in the butt. That's going to come back and haunt you. So I see that all the time. And I see people, how hard it is sometimes to get into Navy Federal, especially if you're not in the military, and, you have to be creative and create another way. And then they turn around and they sell their access code. Come on, guys. That's,
insane.
Be smarter than that. Like, be smarter than that. Don't do that stuff. So that's one thing I'm going to tell you. Do not sell or do not give it away to somebody that's going to get you in trouble. If your friend cannot handle it, you know what? It's better to tell them no. And that's it.
Right.
Yeah. Another thing I'm going to tell you is make sure that when you are applying for something, make sure that your history, your business history, like your work history, is at least 2 years. Don't put you've had 3 jobs in the last 3 months, because that's going to make you look like you're not stable. You're not fundable. Remember, they're seeing all this. You want to make sure that you do have at least 2 years of history. And if you can't, become a W-2 employee. You can become a W-2 employee from your own business, guys. So make sure that they do see that. That's really, really important. Okay.
Gotcha.
The third thing I'm going to tell you is don't miss payments.
That's right.
Anything you can to not miss a payment, because once you get flagged, then you might stay flagged for a while, and then you might, past 6 months, a year, and you might have to call them back and say, hey, what's going on? I'm still trying to another credit card and I'm getting denied, or what's going on. So make sure that you don't miss any payments. Okay. This is really important. Another thing I'm going to tell you is don't overdraft. Okay.
Okay.
Not overdraft. And even if you have OOPS, that doesn't give you the okay to overdraft every month. That means OOPS. OOPS is a mistake. It could happen one time. But I had one person ask me on YouTube, oh, I run through my business or my personal side like $40,000, but I overdraft all the time. I'm like, come on, they see everything. Even if you have OOPS, they're seeing it. They're saying, okay, this person brings in money, but don't know how to handle it, because they're
Right.
overdrafting all the time. So those are
Wow.
little things that I would tell you, to
Yeah.
kind of just make sure that, if you got in there, guys, do the things right. And like I said, study it. Do it slow. I catch myself because you know what? Sometimes when you preach something, then
Yeah.
you go out doing the opposite. Sometimes
Right.
when I try to do something, I try to do it in a hurry. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, I should have not done that. Or this could have happened differently because I was in a hurry. So I got sloppy, guys.
Yeah.
So take your
Wow.
time, analyze it, see what your next move, see what it,
Yeah.
what's going on with your credit, with, the internal score and all that before you apply for anything.